Hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan, I'm your hostess. Welcome to my dining room. Y'all come on in, pull up a chair, grab you a cup of coffee and a snack, and let's get to canning. Listen, we're going to be canning some pizza sauce, and it's actually Mrs.Wages Pizza Sauce mix. And I'm using a number 10 can of whole tomatoes, which is 102 ounces or 6 pounds and 6 ounces. And I did a little math because on the back of the package it said you could use 14.5 ounce cans of diced tomatoes and you needed 6 cans of that. So I did a little math and it would come out to about 7 of those cans. So it's a little over. That's okay. We're going to can it anyway, and we're going to have some wonderful pizza sauce on our pantry shelf. And there's so many uses I can use it for. I like the little English muffins with the pizza sauce on it. You toast the English muffin, and you put your pizza sauce on, you put your cheese on, you stick it in the oven to melt the cheese, and it is delicious, y'all. Something easy and quick when you want a quick meal or quick little snack. And I'm also thinking pizza burgers. You know, when I lived up in New York State, pizza burgers was a big thing in the restaurant I worked in. So pizza burger sounds really good to me. It's just another way to use that sauce. There's many, many ways. I'm pretty sure you guys can come up with some ideas and leave them in your comments. You're going to see all the canning I have done in tomorrow's video and what I've done this week, so y'all be looking forward to that. Let's get in the kitchen and get canning, y'all. Hey y'all, I got one of my hot water bath canners loaded. I'm loading up the last jars into this canner. See how many I can get in there. And I didn't need that jar, so we're going to put it back in the dishwasher. And I've got my rings out drying. I'm fixing to get my lids out when I'm ready. I'll get them out when I'm ready to start canning. And I'm going to get these going. Once these come to a boil, they'll be venting out the sides. You'll see there'll be steam coming all around them, and I'll set my timer for 10 minutes to sterilize my jars. I've got my pot here ready for my tomatoes. And I'm going to do this down in my sink so I don't splash it everywhere. But my canner was acting up and didn't want to cut my lid all the way off. These top cans are really good to save. If you cut both ends out, you can use them to put over your plants in your garden, like your tomato plants when you first plant them. And that'll give them extra heat and kind of protect them a little bit. I'm going to set that in the sink. And these look like paste tomatoes, y'all, or Romas, that type of tomato. I'm going to pull the camera down here in a moment and just show you. Clean up all my splashes. They look like Romas or a paste tomato. So that's good. That makes my sauce will be nice and thick. I'm going to rinse my hands off. Actually, I'm going to use the bar soap. While I'm getting this other stuff ready, I figured I'd go ahead and get everything in my pot. And each package calls for 5 tablespoons. Gotta get some more sugar. And that's 10 tablespoons of sugar. And 2 bags of the pizza sauce. Oh, that smells good. I've never used the Mrs. Wages Pizza Sauce before, so we're going to try this out and see how it tastes. But it smells really good. I'm going to go ahead and get all this mixed in. I'm going to put a lid on it and keep it covered until I'm ready to start cooking it. And we'll probably get these tomatoes broke down more as they cook. You're wondering, I'm cutting up some of these tomatoes as I'm mixing. I'm just going to set that down in my can. And bring my camera over to show y'all. There's the tomato sauce with the pizza mix in it and the sugar. And we're going to get this on the stove once my cans are ready to process. Okay, off camera I have crushed some of these tomatoes that was in there. I'm going to let them cook down. It says to bring this to a boil, and then you're going to simmer it for 25 minutes, which is what it's going to be doing next. And I will bring you back in a few minutes. Okay, it came to a boil, and I'm keeping a close eye on it because the bottom of the pan seems to have scorched a little bit. And I've got my timer set for 25 minutes. And my tomatoes are breaking on down. There's one in there that's kind of tough. There we go. They're breaking on down. And we're going to continue to cook this. And between this and cooking in the jars, those tomatoes will continue to break on down. And if they are still kind of lumpy when I take them out of the jar, I'll just run it through my food processor at that time. This would be good on a pizza burger, y'all. You notice my stove down here is scorched just a tad. That is from the canning jars. I mean, not from the canning jars, but from the canners themselves. And I will use some barkeeper's friend to clean up my stove after I have finished canning. So that all that discoloration should come back off my stove at that time. I forgot to mention that you have to use a stainless steel pot with tomatoes because of the acid content. You do not want to use an aluminum pot. Or you absolutely want to use a non-corrosive pot when canning any kind of tomatoes. Okay, y'all. We'll be back in a little bit and we'll be canning. And even though my jars are hot, y'all, I still temper them. Because if there's any difference in the temperature between the sauce and the jars coming out of the canner, they will break. And we want to leave 1 inch of headspace. Half pints hold about 1 cup of liquids. I'm going to debubble. Even though it's a liquid, you still need to debubble. And if any of the jars are overfilled, you can take some off. And if they're underfilled, you can just add a little bit to it. And I'm going to use paper towels today to clean my jars with because it's going to be messy. But you want to make sure that your rims are clean, you see? Even though I had that thing on here, I still made a mess. Okie dokie. Don't know what I did with my lid lifter. Get these back in the bath. Boiling hot water is a good way to clean your drains, y'all. You notice I do pour some of the water back into my canner just to make sure I got enough hot water to cover my jars from the water that's in the jars, and then the rest of it I pour down my drain. We're going to get these next 4 jars done, and I'm going to fill up my canners. I'll be back in a moment. Well, y'all, it's pizza sauce time. You notice I pulled the lid and so the steam will go away from me. The sink makes a good place to sit lids. This one's been off for a few minutes, and I'm going to start unloading it. I've actually got 27 half pints of pizza sauce. We're going to get this one unloaded. I'm going to let the other one cool down, and y'all will see the finished product tomorrow. There you go. What do you think about that? Pizza sauce for the pantry. Don't have to go to the pizza stores, pizza restaurants to get pizza. We can do it at home, save some money. Like I said, I got 27 pints, so I'm going to have both my counters to do the rest of them up. But y'all get the idea of what I'm doing. I'm spacing them out about 1 inch apart so they can cool. We should start hearing them pop here in a few minutes. Yep, there they go. I had just enough jars, y'all, sterilized. I was so thankful. I was getting worried there towards the end. I was like, am I going to run out of jars and have to put some in the fridge? But nope, I got them all canned. These are wonderful. They smell so good while they were cooking. Y'all, I was hungry for pizza. I had to pull out a clean towel. I had sauce all over my mat. Be able to get 3 more out. Yep. Okay. I don't want to set them too close to the edge. They are sealing. That's 15 jars right there, folks. And we got some more in the canner. I'm fixing to get them out and let them cool. Let them sit at room temperature for 12 to 14 hours before I take the rings off and wash my jars down and label them for the pantry.